Hi, and welcome to Devlog number 2 of my game project, Soul Explorer. To those new here, Soul Explorer is a real-time game project I'm developing, strictly using web technologies such as React, Solid, Tailwind for UI and rendering, Howler.js for audio, and Matter.js for physics, and of course Electron for packaging it into a desktop app. If you haven't already, check out the first devlog using the link in the top right, showing now or in the description below. Let's get started. We'll start with major performance updates. So, the performance using React works very well and in no way degrades as the game progresses, right? Right? Yeah, no. If you know how React works internally, you know that React doesn't update the DOM directly. It rather works with a virtual representation known as the virtual DOM. It then uses a process called reconciliation to see what changed and then updates the DOM. It turns out that trying to update this virtual DOM at 60 FPS progressively gets worse as you go on. Long story short, React with its virtual DOM isn't going to cut it, and I need another web framework because there are still more features to be added. My criteria for the new framework are 1. It needs to work with the DOM directly, and 2. It needs to be reactive. After a bit of research and playing around with other web frameworks, it came down to Svelte and Solid.js, which both satisfy my criteria. In the end though, I settled on Solid.js because it combines React's JSX component syntax with Svelte's performance. After refining the story, I decided to go with a UI which captures the sci-fi tone I'm going for. So we went from this to this. I don't need to say more, do I? The unified UI with a custom background outline and glow effects really do capture the sci-fi look I'm going for. But what do you think? Leave your comments below on the new UI. The game is a short one, something you can probably knock out in an hour or less. The story is simple. You are the commander of a ship and you are test firing an experimental hyperdrive which goes wrong, and your ship ends up in an unknown space with a damaged drive. Your crew figure out what went wrong, but you need to craft materials for a new build. Using miners, you mine crystal-like objects for resources. These are fed to your refinery units, which build the necessary parts for your hyperdrive, and you defend against unknowns in that part of space. The game ends when all parts are assembled back on your ship and you fire it and walk back home. A simple and straightforward story. I have plans to build this up into a bigger universe, but that's something for future Opari to think about. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this devlog. If you liked the video, leave a like and consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.